Welcome to Freaky Fauna Friday, where every Friday we take a little time and explore some of the freaks of nature from around the planet we cherish so deeply. So please, jump aboard and let's explore the wilds together. Welcome back to Freaky Fauna Friday. I'm the great and peaceful Mr. E.
And I'm Jay.
And we're going to talk about a real freak today.
Yeah?
Deep sea organism.
Oh, okay, good. It's not me.
I've talked about doing that where like Homo sapiens or something like that and like not saying the name,
Until
just
the
doing
end.
all the crazy facts about us. Because we do have some really, besides the obvious, we have some really amazing, like our bite pressure is really, really high for an animal of our size.
That's interesting.
Like it's pretty crazy. We have some weird adaptations. Like wisdom teeth, that's why, is because we have reduced our jaw size. We're not chewing nearly as much as we used to.
We need to start bringing it back. Chewing. Not tobacco, though.
No,
That's disgusting.
like actually like grinding stuff with your teeth.
Right, yeah.
I don't know if you could bring it back now because of our enamel is so weak.
It's going to take some generations, but anything's possible.
But today we're going to talk about goblin sharks.
Oh, I like these.
I love goblin sharks, but there's a lot we actually don't know about these guys.
Right, because I do know, well, you just said it, they're very deep sea organisms, right?
Mm-hmm. And their famous look people give with them is with their jaws extended.
Right,
which we'll talk about. That's not 99% of their life. They do not look like that.
Right. When I remember I first learned about goblin sharks from a shark book in elementary school. He just had all the different drawings of all the different sharks. Well, at least, I don't know, like 30 of them or 20 of them. I don't know.
Yeah.
But goblin sharks are always in there. And I was like, oh, that's like a weird looking
They are pretty
shark.
enigmatic for their group of sharks.
Like different?
Like the poster child.
Okay. Oh, for their group. Yeah.
But yeah, sharks are one of the most enigmatic animals of all time. Every person on the planet knows what a shark is. Whether you're in Africa, you have sharks. I mean, there are sharks that swim up the rivers in Africa, North America, Antarctica, or the Arctic.
Right. They're everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
All the oceans.
Specifically, goblin sharks are one of the rulers of the deep water ecosystems, and they've gained an almost legendary name. I mean, I would say probably top 5 sharks. If you say the name goblin shark, people can put that picture in their mind.
Yeah. Which is crazy, actually, because it is a deep sea.
Mm-hmm.
And we should have any business knowing what's down there.
Goblin sharks closely guard anything that might give us a clue of what they are or what they want to do. These guys are big mysteries. They have pink skin and a very, very distinctive profile.
Oh, yeah.
But they have, besides their extendable jaws, which all sharks have that, they just have an extreme version of that.
Mm-hmm.
They have an elongated, flattened snout, like that of an American paddlefish.
It's almost like a big snoot.
It is.
Or a snoot, a proboscis almost.
Mm-hmm. With its protruding jaws and its frills with its teeth that resemble nails.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, its gills have, which we'll talk about, are frills.
Which sticks out like a,
and
kind of like oxalotl.
Yeah,
things.
They have external gill arches, but yeah. Kind of similar. Deep sea habitat. They're most commonly located in the Atlantic, the Pacific, and the Indian Oceans. Most commonly been run into off the coast of Japan.
Okay.
That's what we know about right now. They're pretty much equatorial, deep ocean animals.
What do you mean run into? Like, what, they fish in and they catch them?
Yeah, like bycatch or like deep sea, like diving stuff. That seems to be where they're the most common, where humans and them interact.
Okay. Do they live near that underwater ancient city Yonaguni off the coast of Japan?
They actually built Yonaguni.
I see. Mystery solved, ancient aliens.
Lifespan, we have a lot of questions about this. Sharks run the whole gambit of lifespans.
Okay. From
holding the world record for the oldest vertebrate to only living a couple years.
Would that be the Greenland shark?
Yep.
All right.
But we estimate 30 to 35 years on average for these guys.
Okay.
Some people put them probably up into their 60s, which probably wouldn't be that astronomical for deep water organisms.
Yeah.
Typically, when you find these guys are going to be around 10 feet long. They are much longer than they are heavy, with some records putting them up to 20 feet long. In some unsubstantiated reports, putting them at 25 feet long.
Dang.
Now, they are long, thin sharks.
Yeah, they're not like bulky, basking sharks.
Yeah, or like a great white.
Or a whale shark.
Yeah. Or the 25-foot long great white would be at 10,000 pounds.
Yeah.
These guys would probably be 2,000 or 3,000.
Well, like I don't know, a tiger shark? No, they're still a little thick.
They're tiger sharks are very chunky when they get big.
I'm thinking, what am I thinking?
We just talked about tiger sharks a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
We talked about that. An 8-footer isn't that heavy, but a 10-footer is when they really start putting on weight.
Add the C's to the thick.
They top at around 500 pounds. They're more closely, most of your average individuals are going to be 250 to 300 pounds.
Okay.
But biggest ones we have are about 500 pounds. They're pink, tan, and almost white gray are their colors they come in.
Okay.
So they can actually we have some individuals that are actually like a pink red.
See, they are weird.
And that's a deep sea adaptation. A lot of deep sea organisms are red.
Oh,
because the light doesn't transfer that well.
So they stay hidden.
Yes.
Ah.
It's the same thing as like being black.
Okay.
As far as a, adaptation for the dark.
Ah, okay.
Like a jaguar, why they have black cubs,
right,
is so they can hunt at night. So red, when you're talking about deep sea environments, red and black are like the same thing.
Okay.
As far as that adaptation of, a lot of animals will actually have red stomach lining. So if they eat something bioluminescent, it doesn't shine out. Yeah.
Huh.
Their diet, they eat fish, such as rat tails and dragonfish are their most common.
Okay.
Which rat tails are cousins to ancient sharks.
Oh, see, I have no idea.
They have like beaks and stuff like that.
Okay. Never even heard of that, I don't think.
They literally look like a rat mixed with a shark.
That sounds disgusting. Are they deep sea?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, and they have the weird bony plates to their body. They're very odd looking. Dragonfish are just as scary as they sound. Another deep sea, like medium-sized predator, full of teeth. You've probably seen pictures of them, people holding up their corpses and stuff like that, because they just look like monsters.
I got to look it up now.
As well as cephalopods and some crustaceans.
Okay.
Predators, they really only have, as far as natural predators, other sharks.
I just looked up a dragonfish. Sorry, it is quite frightening.
In some rare cases, blue sharks, a cousin of the great white, have been seen hunting goblin sharks.
Oh, wow. Okay.
When they run into each other.
They don't like them.
Yeah. They're very slow as far as a shark goes, about 15 miles per hour.
How often do sharks go after other sharks?
There are shark specialists.
Oh, okay.
So, no shark's going to pass up food.
Right, exactly.
But, hammerheads will eat a lot of smaller sharks.
Huh. Okay.
Tigers really, they're just going to eat whatever's in front of them.
Yeah.
They're not picky. Blues and makos will target smaller sharks. Great whites as adults really only do it as territorial stuff. Killing other sharks.
And I always thought sharks were only good for their fins.
Yeah.
That's a joke, people. That's a joke.
There's only one species goblin shark, and as of right now, they're listed as least concerned.
Oh, that's good.
Goblin sharks, hold on to it.
Oh.
Goblin sharks are one of the legendary sharks. Their bizarre appearance gives them, showing these teaming up random places all over the globe as well.
Mm-hmm.
They've been just, every once in a while, they'll just pop up in a net, 2,000 miles out of their known range.
Right, yeah.
So we really don't know. Their color of their skin is also another thing that makes them very odd when sometimes you pull them up, and they are bright pink. They are considered living fossils, as well as over 100 million years ago, we start having fossils of goblin sharks. It comes from the Turaractidae family. And the goblin sharks happen to be the only extant representative of their entire family.
Dang.
So the rest of their lineage is completely extinct.
Next time I play that Metazoa game, I'm going to do goblin sharks right off the rip.
And get nothing because everything that's related to them is dead.
Yeah.
But what looks like should be a hinder when the animal turns out is very deliberate and beneficial approach to their hostile and difficult habitats. So let's talk about some of their facts. First one is they're pink. Out of all the colors associated with goblin sharks, pink isn't one most people don't realize. However, the color comes as a trait much more in line with mythical demons from the Middle Ages. It's that hot, devil pink.
Yeah, great.
Goblin sharks have wrinkly, translucent skin. And so this pink color is actually their blood. It gives them a murky pink and even purplish tinge to their gray, clear flesh.
Okay.
They are not merely the only ones that give the shark their name, however. That's one of the things is they kind of look like imps and stuff like that from the Middle Ages with that big nose.
Yeah.
So what's goblin?
Oh, that's where the goblin reference
But they're
comes
also
from.
the color of goblins from the Middle Ages.
Are you about to talk about that nose next? Or?
Yes.
Okay.
They grow into their noses.
Oh, so it stays big?
Yeah, so when they're little, their nose is disproportionately huge on their body.
That's kind of weird.
Like half of their body is their nose.
It's like our eyes.
While they are never fully reach a healthy proportions, this nose does not grow nearly as fast as the rest of the body of the shark.
Oh, okay. So it still grows with them, just very slowly.
Yeah. So it starts to look a little better the longer they live on.
Yeah.
They still are considered a very ugly fish by some people with their weird jaws and their really wrinkled skin. Their oversized schnoz doesn't do them any favors in the looks department.
It looks like a pointy ball cap. Like the,
yeah.
Like
it
the bill.
It doesn't look real.
No, it doesn't. Because I remember being a kid and I seen that picture in the book, and then flipping to that page. What is this weird thing? That's what stood out to me over the jaws, over the skin, everything, or the gills. It was that nose. That's what stood out because it's just like a big dagger.
I'm going to read what it's for, but do you have any guesses of what the nose is for?
I mean, my guess would be like what other sharks use their nose kind of thing for is electro-sensing organisms around them.
Yeah. So if you look at, hammerheads are another extreme example.
Okay.
They do wide.
Okay.
And that's their whole head is designed for that. And the most extreme example of that would be the wing-headed hammerhead, which is like 3 times as wide as a normal hammerhead.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Like crazy. But it's called the ampullae of Lorenzini.
Oh, that was going to be like my third guess.
Which is the electroreceptors.
Oh, okay.
That's the name for them. The little jelly-filled things. And that is why they have such a large nose.
So it's filled with that?
Yes.
And then why is it pointed? Can they like direct it?
It is. So you can move it around and aim it.
Huh. That's
so
cool.
hammerheads, why they're wide, is they're scanning the sand underneath like a metal detector.
Oh.
These guys are more open water feeding, so they need to be able to detect and point and look.
Huh.
Like we talked a long time ago about bowfins, the nares are directable.
Yeah.
The nostril tubes, which helps them pinpoint where scents are coming from. So this is more like that.
Okay.
Where it's pinpointing where the electro signals are coming from.
Yeah.
When a hammerhead's hunting for stingrays, so they want to search a huge swath of sand.
Right. Yeah.
So that's why that wide head works better.
Metal detector.
But it's harder in open and water environments to hunt with that head.
Well, yeah, it's like pointing a metal detector at the sky and trying to find, meteorites falling.
But the nose is packed with these array of electroreceptors. Helps them identify tiny heartbeats, the little food, and the inky blackness.
It kind of reminds me of what's the thing? Remember when we went in the woods and we had that little disc thing for sound? Like a directional disc, but for sound instead of that, it's for smells.
Hearts.
Or what?
Electric.
Heartbeats. Heartbeats, yeah.
They have atrophied bodies, is the next freaky fact. These sharks have extremely small fins, weak skeletons, and poorly developed muscular and visual systems. Indeed, most of what we consider useful adaptations in most animals are missing in these guys. And yet they are surprisingly well adapted. These sharks have been living in the ocean relatively unchanged for well over 125 million years. And yet, although they have the heartbeat detecting snout, the goblin shark has rapidly extendable jaws that help them catch prey, and their mouth and their throat are still extremely muscular.
They are. It is pretty neat to watch that.
So yeah, but their bodies are pretty much just like you could rip them apart like a piece of white paper.
So they're like the opposite. Or no, they're like a mullet. Business in the front, the teeth and the
hair.
Yeah, the hair, the mullet, not
I'm
the
like
fish.
the fish. I'm
not
like, what do you mean they're like a mullet?
Like the hair, they're all business up front, and the back. Well, I guess it's a weak mullet. It's a weak. I don't party. I don't know. That was a bad comparison.
The rugged teeth are also not as haphazard as they seem. They're perfect for impaling deep-sea slippery fish and cephalopods. So yeah, it looks kind of like they're just scattered through their jaws, but they're not.
I'm trying to think what their teeth remind me of. Like, I'm sure there's plenty of animals, for example, just the
deep-sea anglerfish. I mean, they're tiny needle nails.
That would be or like you said earlier, what was that? That fish I looked up.
Dragonfish.
Yeah, dragonfish. Which I looked them up. They look just like the thing from Super Mario 64 that's hiding in the ship that you used to have to swim down, and coax him out.
The big eel.
Yeah, he looks just like a dragonfish.
They're probably ambush predators. We don't know this for a fact, but from some of the adaptations they have and what we can observe, we feel like that's probably that, where they kind of float and slowly creep up on prey items using their electromagnetic detectors, and then use that jaw as a rapid movement for the last catch, which isn't surprising. Greenland sharks, you've already mentioned, this is how they hunt, similarly. where they move so slow that they can actually eat animals like caribou and polar bears. But
That's wild.
But they just float extremely slowly towards where the prey items are. And other deep sea organisms like giant squid, they use their eyes to get close enough, and then they extend their tentacles out to finish the rest of the way.
Yeah.
So these guys are using their jaws, so they just kind of float in and get close.
Yeah, I encourage anyone at home to look that up online of them eating, because those jaws like fire out.
It's incredibly fast.
And then just grab it and then pull it right back into it's weird.
It's considered spearing.
That makes sense.
With how fast their jaws move.
Yeah.
They have multiple rows of teeth like many other sharks. We don't really know much more about them besides this. With so many creatures in the deep ocean, what we know about goblin sharks comes from mostly down to a handful of dead specimens and a random piece of footage here and there.
Mm-hmm.
That means their behavioral information is sorely lacking. If anything involving where they go and what they do, we really just don't know. We can assume a lot based on the physiology of the species that we have collected.
Mm-hmm.
But we still don't know most of their secrets of these elusive deep water sharks.
Right.
Number 7, they're not caught very often. As a species, they're very few and far between because somehow the goblin shark avoids being picked up as bycatch by trawling fishing nets. They're one of the few animals that, for whatever reason, they don't get picked up.
Or maybe their nose senses that giant destructive thing tearing.
But they're also not very fast, as far as we know.
Oh, well.
And I mean,
as far as we know,
there's plenty of fast animals that get caught in there in those.
They just must see it coming from a long ways away.
Examples have been found scattered all over the world, usually caught alone, leading researchers to assume the sharks are very solitary and long-lived species. Population numbers are impossible to estimate. Their geological range is still uncertain. Well, so we don't know if they're a tropical belt creature.
Yeah.
We don't know if they're a tropic and subtropical belt creature, or if they're like the Greenland shark, where you can just
find them anywhere.
They'll be anywhere.
Yeah.
Or the six scale or anything like that. We really don't know. They're very, very rare.
I feel like any deep sea organism or ocean going fish can make its way anywhere.
Yes, but I mean adaptations for like climates and stuff like that, because there's not trenches that go everywhere.
Yeah.
So we'll talk about their depth. What we talked about with like whales, why like global climate current changes are so important.
Right.
Because it can block off the ocean for them.
Certain passageways.
The equator is a death sentence for most marine mammals unless you have these jet streams that plow you through it.
Gotcha.
So when those go away, that's why that's very important, because now humpbacks and blues can't cross the equatorial water.
Yeah.
They are truly deep sea organisms. Goblin sharks have been caught at depths as shallow as 890 feet and as deep as 4,300 feet.
Wow.
A goblin shark tooth was located lodged in undersea cables, though, at depths of 4,500 feet.
Wow.
They do not like underwater cables.
Like that giant one off the coast of Iceland that keeps eating those cables?
Something keeps dragging the cable off into the trench.
Goblin shark.
Big one.
Yeah.
Big, 10-foot wide, 45-mile long cable.
He doesn't even come out. He just shoots his jaws out and
just grabs it,
pulls it in. That's why I can't find it.
Adults are known to inhabit much deeper waters than juveniles, and have been reported an odd goblin shark in shallow waters of 130 feet here and there. The odd one has been caught in fishing nets in the Gulf of Mexico and the Sri Lankan regions as well.
Okay.
So we don't know anything. In 2003, there was a mystery gathering just off the coast of Taiwan.
Ooh.
One strange event that might hold clues to goblin shark behavior was a particular moment in 2003 when there was said to be more than 300 individuals were caught by fishermen around the same time.
Interesting.
So that's more than ever caught altogether.
Yeah, ever.
Was this a mating group, a feeding frenzy, a migratory group? Was it something corresponding with deep sea earthquakes, flushing them out of their submarine canyon habitats, and they were hiding from that because there was a bad earthquake that year? We don't know.
There was probably just a breeding ground, and they caught all of them, and now they're all gone.
Yeah. I mean, I really don't know. I could see the earthquake hypothesis too.
Yeah, because they're stirring things up.
Because they're fitting into like the oarfish and all that stuff. Like the canyons they live in down there are really susceptible to collapse.
Okay.
So we know for a fact, for example, in Florida, the shark trackers, Sharks know weather phenomena way before humans can even detect it.
Yep.
And sharks will move off the coast of Florida like 3 or 4 weeks before hurricanes are detectable.
Yep.
And you just see them disappear.
They just know.
You just watch all these trackers on the shark website just start
Dispersing.
flying out into the middle of the Atlantic.
Leaving. Exodus.
And then there's actually a lot of fish in Japan. There's a species of catfish they use to detect earthquakes way before they happen. And the oarfish omen. So I could see that it just happened to be the local group that lives in this canyon. You know, we're talking 18 mile long, 2 mile deep canyon. And they just went into shallow waters to hide, wait it out.
Right.
Or feeding frenzy or breeding group. Really, any of them could be it. But yeah, the goblin shark's diets include some man-made objects. Sadly, there has been a lot of evidence of goblin sharks eating garbage.
That's terrible. That's like everything in the ocean, unfortunately.
But they are falling into some of the beach whales where they've actually found dead because they're stuffed with plastic.
Oh, gosh. Yeah, like all of our plastic ends up at the bottom of the ocean.
Mm-hmm. They are listed as least concerned, but should they really be? That's what I was telling you. This is my saying the last fact. The IUCN is classified goblin sharks as unworthy of any protective interventions. And this is usually a good thing. So that normally means that it doesn't need it.
Yeah.
Like white-tailed deer, right? They're unworthy of any resources for protection because in North America, they're fine.
Mm-hmm.
As far as the countries handling their protection or whatever, like they're not devoting their resources to dealing with it.
Yeah.
The fact that they don't seem to be scooped up in nets very often suggests that they have a relatively safe from commercial fishing properties. And even marine biologists hardly ever receive specimens for study. So they're not dying of mass off of pollution. However, so little is known about these animals, they might be a little hasty to assume that they're doing just fine. Then again, in deep water habitats, whether all kinds of environments shift from far above, they relatively remain stable unless it's, a volcano or an earthquake or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Whether oxygen levels are stable this deep, ecological timescales, we don't know so far. But for the last 125 million years or so, goblin sharks have been doing just fine. We just hope that our fisheries aren't wiping out their only remaining food sources.
Oh, yeah. That's
so we don't know. We don't know if they've already taken a hit before we were really studying them.
Yeah.
And we're dealing with the remnants of a population.
Right.
And they're super fragmentary. Maybe that one off where they caught 300 was like that used to happen every year off there. It used to breed in these giant balls and stuff like that. We're finding out a lot more that sharks are apex predators and they're almost always in their environments. Or an apex predator in an environment is a shark. And there are ecosystem engineers, they're ecosystem caretakers. And when sharks go, the ecosystems normally collapse. So there's a couple experiences with that, with commercial fisheries killing sharks on purpose because the sharks are quote unquote eating their fish. And immediately in the following years, the population drops to nothing.
Yeah.
Because disease and other predators and stuff like that wipe them out.
Yeah.
You need sharks. Sharks are a highly, highly functionable. They've been around forever, older than trees, right? So you need these sharks. So we don't know a lot about them. I don't think least concern. I really don't like them having that moniker. Because it's more of that we just don't know anything about them.
Right. But at the same time, how are you supposed to get down there and study them?
I would push personally, and I'm a biologist in this kind of stuff. I list them as vulnerable.
Yeah.
Which doesn't give them any legal protections, but means that they're worth watching because of the active fishing in and around their areas that they live in.
That's true.
That would be my kind of say, because least concern kind of puts this moniker on them. You put them, like I mentioned, white-tailed deer or raccoons. Mm-hmm. These animals that fall under least concern, you lump them in with those.
Right, yeah.
And it's more for politicians.
Yeah.
Because you're dealing with people, good, bad, and different. I did this for a job. I did this for a part of my living. You're dealing with people that have no understanding of environmental health or wildlife. Not saying they're bad or evil or anything like that. They just don't. That's not their job.
Right.
So giving this easily definable category system helps. Like when I used to give the numbers, like out of 100 for river health.
Yeah.
They don't need to know all the math and everything. They can if they want.
They just need to see.
But it's easy for them to like, okay, it's supposed to be an 80 and it's scoring a 50.
That's
so
not
they
good.
could be like, yeah, that's not good. So
Yeah.
what's the problems?
Right.
Here's 3 problems. So least concern, I feel like, kind of lumps them maybe in from protections that they could be being looked at.
Right, yeah.
But I don't know what's right or wrong for that. My last little fact for them is they have one living cousin.
Okay.
And it's another extremely freaky shark. The frilled shark.
Okay.
Which, if you've ever seen these things, these are one of the most primitive fish still alive today.
They got the crazy teeth, right? And
crazy teeth, crazy gills.
Yeah.
They're not extremely close related to goblin sharks, but they're from like that same group.
It's just the closest thing we got left, yeah.
And if you took away their faces and looked at their gills and their bodies, they do look very similar.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, they don't look like sharks.
Well, yeah. Well, the frilled sharks are much more eel-like.
Yeah.
And goblin sharks are pretty long and slender too.
Right,
yeah. Much more of a shark body. But these are deep sea ocean adaptations. If you look at all of our deep sea sharks, they kind of get long and slender tubercle.
Okay.
Even like Greenland sharks or like giant hot dogs, like their fins recede and stuff like that. And that's for pressure balancing.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
You don't want hard angles when you're dealing with pressure.
Right, yeah.
But yeah, so that's been the goblin shark. You got any questions, thoughts, concerns?
No, these guys are pretty cool. I mean, I always was a fan of them since I was a kid, so it's nice to learn a little more about them.
They're worthy of it. They're very cool animals, and we just don't know anything about them. I mean, we always say this, it's kind of a joke, but we know more about the dark side of the moon than we do about the deep ocean.
Yeah, it's true, I guess.
Right? I mean, it is. I mean, we have pictures of the dark side of the moon.
I guess. China put some out, and I question those.
But every time we go down in some of these trenches or near them, it's wholly new discoveries.
Oh yeah, every time.
And we're just like I said, that one tooth found. Like they've never seen a Greenland shark there.
Yeah.
Or not a Greenland shark, a goblin
shark. Yeah.
But they found its tooth lodged into one of these cables.
Who knows? Maybe we're inspiring a future marine biologist as they listen today to this episode. And
would you ever go down?
If I knew I wasn't going to get squished and collapsed.
You don't know that.
Nah.
It's not like the Titan.
Yeah,
but it's like, let's say it's like a James Cameron, like an actual like deep sea submersible. Like it's designed for this.
Oh, and I knew I'd be safe?
There's still risk in anything you do.
Yeah, I mean, maybe.
I don't think I could. I don't think I would go. I love fish.
I just want to see the stuff. It's like being in an aquarium, but at the same time, I don't want that one bolt to fall.
Yeah, I told you about that guy that always did that joke.
Yeah,
drop the bolt.
Yep.
And then just everybody get quiet. Well, I have been the Great and Peaceful Mystery.
And I've been Jay.
We'll catch you next week, guys.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to Freaky Fauna Friday. If you want to help the podcast grow, remember to share and give it a 5-star review.